Good day, students. Welcome again to an exciting educational video today. This is Dr. Luisito Masanga at your service. Thank you very much to those students from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao who are faithfully and consistently watching my educational video. A warm round of applause to all of you. Mabuhay! Today, we are going to discuss about price elasticity of supply and demand and price inelasticity of supply and demand. So let us move forward. Our learning outcomes, at the end of the tutorial video, students will be able to understand and learn how to calculate the price elasticity of demand as well as calculation of the price elasticity of supply. And what are the rulings in considering when it is elastic, considered inelastic, and unitary, supply or demand. So those are our learning outcomes. So I am going to provide a video link of all related videos pertaining to this topic, price elasticity of demand and price elasticity of supply. As you can see here in the graph, we have here on our y-axis price, and on the x-axis we have quantity. If we are talking of supply, the red one, the graph or the curve is going up. So this is the price and we are referring to the quantity supplied. Now, if we are talking about the blue curve or the demand, it is going down. Therefore, the x-axis will be quantity demanded. The supply is going up, the curve is going up, just a a clue of so that you will not be mistaken that the supply curve is going up. Just try to remember this word up, no, in the supply word, no, up. So that's why the curve is going up. So that's just a reminder to keep you posted and aware. So in economics, this is one of the major theory of economics, which is supply and demand, the theory of supply and demand. And our topic for today is related on that theory, supply and demand. So we are going to discuss what is this price elasticity. Price elasticity is the measure or the responsiveness of quantity demanded or supplied of a good to a change in its price. And one of the economic factor is price. No? So price elasticity is computed as the percentage change in quantity demanded or quantity supplied divided by the percentage change in their prices. So that is how price elasticity is computed. And again, it is the measure on the responsiveness of the quantity demanded or quantity supplied of a good to a change in price. Meaning to say, if there is a change in price, you are going to identify that change in price and then the change in quantity, and based on that, we are going to find out whether that situation or event is elastic or inelastic or unitary. Very good. Let us proceed. So, the price elasticity of demand is the percentage change in the quantity demanded of a good or service divided by the percentage change in the price. So, meaning to say, if this is price and this is quantity demanded and our curve is going down. So, meaning to say, if this one is P1 and this one is P2 and this one is Q1 and this one is Q2. So, this is what we are trying to discuss. The percentage change in the quantity demanded, this one, percent of this one, Q1 and Q2, and divided by the percentage change in price, that is P1 and P2. There you go. So let us try to erase this one. Now let's go to price elasticity of supply. Price elasticity of supply is the percentage change in quantity supplied. No? The key here is the word demanded, and this one is supplied. Because you are talking of supply, this one is demanded. And this one is the percentage change in quantity supplied divided by the percentage change in price. All right, let us do a representation. So this one is price, and this one is quantity supplied. What is the curve? Very good. The curve is going up because your clue is the word up. So it is going up. Okay. So you have P1 and you have P2. And quantity supplied, you have Q2 and you have Q1. So we are talking of the percentage of the quantity supplied and the percentage change in the price of this one, P1 and P2. There you go. Both the demand and supply curve show the relationship between price and the number of units demanded or number of units supplied. Elasticities can be usefully divided into three broad categories. They are elastic and inelastic and unitary. Elasticity can be described as responsiveness. No? When we say elastic, we term it in economics as the responsiveness of the consumer to react on the change in price. Okay? Based on the quantity that will be demanded in the part of the supplier, the quantity that is going to be supplied. So, elastic demand or supply curves indicate the quantity demanded or supplied respond to price changes, and price is one of the major economic factors. In a greater than proportional manner. An inelastic demand or supply curve is one where a given percentage change in price will cause a smaller percentage change in quantity demanded or supplied. While a unitary elasticity means that a given percentage change in price leads to an equal percentage change in quantity demanded or supplied. Okay? So let us proceed. Here are the considerations. If the elasticity after computing the the percent change in price, percent change in quantity demanded, if we are talking of demand, if the answer to that is greater than 1, it is an elastic demand. Now, if you are talking of the elastic supply, if it is also greater than 1, therefore, it is an elastic supply. In contrary, if it is less than 1, it is called inelastic supply or inelastic demand. Always remember that. If it is greater than 1, it is elastic. If it is less than 1, it is inelastic. If it is equal to 1, it is called unitary elasticity. Meaning to say, it signals or indicate proportional responsiveness of either demand or supply. So, again, let us try to get what is the formula. The formula that is being used to calculate elasticity is the midpoint method. And what do you mean by midpoint method? Midpoint method is the average percent change in both quantity and price. No? Remember the graph, this is quantity, this is price. Okay? And then, if you are going to get percent change in quantity, it is Q2 minus Q1 divided by the quantity Q2 plus Q1 all over 2 times 100 to make it percent. Okay. So, let's try to get, this is demand. No? Okay. P2, P1, P2, we have Q1, and we have Q2. So, when we try to calculate percent change in quantity, Q2 minus Q1 all over, close in parentheses, quantity 2, this one, plus Q1 all over 2 times 100. Now, if you are going to get the percent change in price, so you have P2 minus P1 all over the parentheses P2 plus P1 all over 2 times 100 to make it percent. So, same is true if you are going to use and calculate elasticity in the supply curve. Okay? So, in the supply curve, this is price, this is quantity, and the curve is going up. So, this one is P1, this one is P2, this one is Q1, and this one is Q2. So, if you want to calculate, same formula again, percent change in quantity, you are going to use this formula. If you want to calculate percent change in price, you are going to use this formula. Okay. So, both the demand and supply curve show the relationship between price and the number of units demanded or supplied. Elasticities can be usefully, again, divided whether you want to, first category is elastic supply or demand, inelastic supply or demand, or unitary. Again, if it is greater than 1, it is elastic demand or elastic supply. It is less than 1, it is inelastic demand or inelastic supply. All right. Let's continue. Okay. Okay. So what kind of curve is this? So it is going down. So this is a demand curve. Very good. Okay? So we are talking, we want to know whether our exercise or case question, we want to know whether it is a elastic demand or inelastic demand or unitary demand, because this is a demand. Okay? So again, this is quantity demanded. No? Okay. This is the price. So we want to know, okay, we want to calculate the elasticity between points A and B and points G and H. Okay? So here you can see that that is the quantity demanded. You can see here on the left side the quantity, while on the right side is the price. Okay? So A, 3,000 units and at a price of 50 or 60. While B is 2,900 quantity and the price is 70. Okay? So you can see here that at this point, okay, quantity demanded, okay, at a price of 70 pesos, the quantity demanded is 2,800. While at a lower price, 60, the quantity demanded is very high. That's why in the law of the demand, it says that when the price is lower, quantity demanded increases. When the price is higher, quantity demanded decreases. Okay? That is the principle of the law of demand. Okay. So we want to know the price elasticity of A to B. Now, we are going to use this formula. So we will have to compute first percent change in quantity. All we have to do is to substitute the values, okay, to this formula. Okay? We are computing percent change in quantity. So Q2 is 3,000 minus Q1 all over 3,000 plus 2,800. Okay. So we have 3,000 minus 2,800 gives you 200 divided by 2,900 because you already divide 5,800 divided by 2. That's why it gives you 2,900. So 200 all over 2,900 gives you, times 100 gives you 6.89%. That is your percent change in quantity. So you have to now use this formula. So 60 minus 70 is negative 10. 60 plus 70, 130 divided by 2 is 65. Negative 10 all over 65 times 100 gives you negative 0.4%. So in this kind of calculation, neglect the sign, no? So here, you want to now try to determine what is the price elasticity of demand. So we divide this one, 6.89 or 6.9, this one, divided by 15, negative 15.4 gives you 0.45. Again, because that is less than 1, it means to say that it is inelastic So meaning to say, the shift of price going to A to B from 60 to 70, that price change is called inelastic. Meaning to say, it is inelastic, meaning to say, the responsiveness in the price is very, very low. All right. So we continue. Here we will calculate, no? We will calculate the price from G to H. Same procedure, and the final answer is negative 11.768 all over 8 is 1.47. So it is more than 1, it is elastic. So what does it mean? Therefore, the elasticity of demand from G to H, which is 1.47, the magnitude of the elasticity has increased in absolute value as we move up along the demand curve from points A to B. Recall that this elasticity between these 2 points was 0.45 A to B, no? While G to H is 1.47. This one is 0.45. Okay. This shows that price elasticity of demand changes at different points along a straight line demand curve. So that is the interpretation. Let's move to the example for elasticity of supply. So this one is an apartment for rent, no? You can see that there is a price at 650 per month. And at that point, 650, there were 10,000 units. This one, 510, this is in thousands. Okay? Quantity supplied. Up curve. Okay. So we are talking here of the supply. Again, and then there was a price increase that happened. The price increase happened at 700. So there was, an increase of $50. From 650, it went to 700. And that 700, the quantity supplied when the rent was increased, it increases because in the law of supply, it is directly proportional. As price increases, quantity supplied increases. As price decreases, quantity supplied decreases. That is the law of supply. Okay? So, we want to calculate again the price elasticity of this one. Again, we are going to use this formula. We want to get the percent change in quantity. So, 13,000 to 10,000 over 13,000 plus 10,000 divided by 2, it gives us 26. Please do not forget times 100. 26.1%. Now, percent in change in price, we have to compute. No? Just follow the formula. So we have 7.4%. So now, we are going to get the ratio. So we divide 26.1 by 7.4. It is 3.53. And the price change, no, from 650 to 750 is an elastic supply. Elastic supply. So, what does it mean? Again, as with elasticity of demand, the elasticity of supply is not followed by any unit. Elasticity is a ratio of 1% change to another percentage change. Nothing more. And is read as an absolute value. In this case, a 1% in price causes an increase in quantity supplied of 3.5%, no, here. Okay? So the greater than 1 elasticity of supply is 3.53, that is more than 1. Okay? It means that the percentage change in quantity supplied will be greater than a 1% price change. So that is the interpretation. So again, please do not forget our formula for price elasticity. It is percentage change in quantity all over percentage change in price. If it is greater than 1, it is elastic demand or elastic supply. If it is less than 1, it is inelastic supply or inelastic demand. And if it is equal to 1, it is unitary. Elasticity is the responsiveness of the consumer and the supplier in price changes. Thank you very much. That ends my tutorial video. And I thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing the channel. Till next time, keep always safe, everyone. Bye-bye.